All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I am super excited about the song that we're going to be checking out. This is the first ever solo single by Metallica's lead guitarist, Kirk Hammett. If you've ever listened to music at all, of course you know who Metallica is. You may have your opinions about them. If they're negative, you're wrong. That's fine. You're entitled to your wrong opinion. Metallica's fucking great. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. Regardless of what you think of like Saint Anger or Load or Reload or Garage, whatever, Death Magnetic, like their newer albums, anything past, I guess, Justice for All or maybe even the Black Album, anything past that, I know it gets a lot of hate on those albums because they sold out or they changed their sound, whatever. Metallica's fucking great. I love them. Love that band. They are one of the most important bands ever. Ever. One of the most important bands ever. And I'll fucking stand. I will fight on that hill or stand on that hill or whatever that fucking saying is. Metallica is one of the greatest fucking bands in the world. They're one of my biggest inspirations to pick up the guitar. Like 20 some years ago when I started, they're one of the reasons that I started in the first place. Just incredible. They have some incredible music. They have some not so incredible music. I'm willing to admit that. But they have some absolutely incredible music. The good way outweighs the bad. But anyway, I'm gonna stop gushing about how much I love Metallica, and we're gonna get into the song. This is by Kirk Hammett. Of course, he's got his EP coming out April 23rd. It's titled Portals. The name of this song is High Plains Drifter. From what I've seen in an interview that Kirk did a little while ago when he announced the EP. I think this is supposed to be like cinematic, he said, according to him. So it's really I'm really interested to see how Kirk writes music on his own away from Metallica. I'm assuming that this is not going to be really metal, especially if he's saying cinematic. I'm expecting something like when they played with the orchestra, like S&M or whatever, like Metallica kind of music, but with the orchestra, or like that little bit. They've used orchestras and stuff before, but like that little bit. Specifically at the beginning, the Unforgiven 3, where it's like nothing but like orchestra, and it sounds really awesome. I'm expecting something kind of like that, just based on what Kirk has said about it. So I think I already said it, but I'm going to shut up now for real, and we're going to get into High Plains Drifter by Kirk Hammett. Let's go. So it's got that like orchestral sound, kind of Western, like Spanish kind of sounding guitar, acoustic guitar. That in the background behind that acoustic, that sounds really good. All right. So this sounds like a mixture of the Ecstasy of Gold, which of course, if you've ever seen Metallica live, you know that's the song that they come out to. It's like Western. It's from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, I think is what movie it's from, but it's the Ecstasy of Gold. Kind of like a mixture of that and, like I said, the Unforgiven 3. It sounds really good. It's weird. Like, it's really weird hearing Kirk play guitar like this. Like, it's not like he's never played acoustic before, but like when Metallica plays acoustic, it's always E minor or B minor, and it's kind of it's like that sound, but this has got like that Spanish kind of vibe to it, mixed with like the Western kind of sound, and it really sounds awesome so far. I'm liking this a lot. And it sounds like, because the snare just came in and the orchestra's getting louder, it sounds like it's going to build into something. I don't know if this is the opening track. I would assume it's the opening track of the EP. If it is, it sounds like a perfect opening track, because it's like kind of building up or whatever to something. I'm assuming big, because it's almost 5 minutes long. But I'm going to stop rambling on it, and we'll get back into the song. Little like tremolo effect, that wah, 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 like that. Very Western, very like cowboy sounding. Those drums sound good. That doom, 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 doom. It's very thick. Sounds like it's speeding up too. Yeah, it definitely is. I love that melody behind that. Thought that was it. Hold on, we'll talk about that solo for just a second. Let's go back and listen to that. Let's find the beginning of it. It's right here, about right here, but I'm gonna talk about it for a second. So the it had bits that, like, I don't know that I would recognize this if I didn't know it was Kirk. I don't know if I would recognize that that's Kirk playing that solo. It had like pieces in there that didn't sound like really anything that he really typically plays. But then it had some definite things like the pentatonic runs. Like, Kirk is all about some pentatonic runs, and that's cool. Those are fun to play. They fit well with metal. I mean, it works. But there's some like really nice like phrasing and melodic licks and stuff in there that sound really awesome and a little more melodic than what we're used to hearing from Kirk. That was really cool. But like I said, I don't know that I would guess, because it, like, the vibrato, like I've always thought he's got a very like distinct vibrato. Like, you hear him play and you're like, oh yeah, that's Kirk. That even sounds a little different. But anyway, nice solo. I thought that was the end of the song, but it's not. But we're gonna listen to the solo again and finish this thing out. Maybe he's just using a different tone than he usually uses. See, that sounds like Kirk. Just pentatonic. Sounds good though. That that's like straight Kirk. All right, that was High Plains Drifter from Kirk Hammett off his upcoming first ever solo EP entitled Portals, out April 23rd, I believe. Can't wait for that. That is going to be that's. I feel like this. I feel like it's going to be a really good EP. I think there's 6 songs on it. I think is what I saw on the track listing. I could be remembering completely wrong, but I think it's 6. Yeah, that was awesome. I did like, man. I wish he would have done this sooner. Like I don't know. I don't know why he hasn't done this sooner, but I'm not going to get into that. I've heard things about like the dynamics of the band Metallica, like being in that band, as far as his role and like his relationship with James and Lars and all that. But I wish he would have done it sooner, but I'm glad we're getting it now. Like he's a really damn good like solo songwriter. I mean, him and James together are incredible songwriters. But him by himself, he's awesome. This is really good. Again, say what you want about Metallica, say what you want about Kirk Hammett. I love Kirk. I love his guitar playing. I don't know how else to put it. He's one of my biggest inspirations, and I know I just sound like a fucking fanboy here, and I am. Like I'll admit it. Like he is one of my biggest inspirations. Metallica, the whole band, is one of my biggest inspirations. They're one of the reasons I started playing guitar in the first place. I know I already said that, but I'll fucking say it again because it's true. They're one of the most important bands to me, and I know like millions of other people. They are one of the greatest heavy metal bands of all time. And now that we get solo music from Kirk, it's so cool. I am really excited about this EP. So specifically about this song, it was definitely cinematic. I felt like I was watching a Western, like a Western movie. I know I said that a bunch of times throughout the whole thing, but I felt like I was watching like an old Western. Then with an awesome epic guitar solo at the end. The orchestra sounds great. The mix sounds great. Everything's very clear. You can hear what everything's doing. I love that melody that it kind of kept going back to, that down, 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 down. I love that. It sounds so good. When they're playing it like behind the guitar, and like when the kind of like the heavy guitar kicked in, and it was kind of like dun, 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 and then it had that melody behind it with the drums or whatever. All sounded really, really good together, and then it built up to that solo, and then brought it back down, like right back down, in like the acoustic piano orchestra outro. Perfect. It's awesome. Really, really cool song. It's gonna be a fun song to learn for sure. It'd be different than learning other Metallica songs. Usually when you sit down and learn a Metallica song, it's like I said, it's E minor, dun, 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 dun. And it's fun, but it's completely different than what you have here. So yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. What else was I thinking? I was going to say something else about this song. During the song, I thought it, but I didn't want to pause the song. I've already paused it like 2 or 3 times. I don't like pausing the song too much. But then this happens. I think of something during the song, and then I can't remember it after the song's over. There was something else. I'm sure I'll remember it after I turn the camera off. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of High Plains Drifter by Kirk Hammett down in the comments. At the time of recording this, we got like 3 days until the whole EP comes out. I can't wait. This is going to be so good. this was, I guess this was the opening track. If so, if this is any indication of what the rest of the EP sounds like, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait to listen to it. So Kirk, if by any small minute chance you're watching this video, awesome job. Guys, let me know. I already said, let me know down in the comments what you thought of this song. And I feel like I've been rambling on a lot in this video, but I'm just really excited about this. I'm just so glad we finally get some music from Kirk Hammett by himself. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, guys, and I will see you in the next video. All right.